Okay, so we are, I believe, live and in the flesh. Oh no, I got the Zoom thing all messed up. Okay. So you guys, here we go. First off, I want to welcome everybody to the call tonight. Tonight, we are going to be talking about 7 different places that if we get stuck in coming up with content ideas, I've pulled up 7 different places that you can go right now to come up with ideas for social media posts, video ideas, or article ideas. Okay, and so what I've done is I've gone through and I have pulled these up online. I'm going to show them to you. We're going to go through them one by one, and I'm sure people will. And this, keep in mind that this is nothing more than to spark ideas. Okay, so this is a way that if you get stuck, or you say I don't know what to write about, or I don't know what to do a video about, or I don't know what's on social media, this can give you some ideas in how to do that. Now, I'm gonna share just a tiny bit and say that I like to create content or video ideas that actually answer questions that people are asking or that people are actually already talking about. So I am not really trying to come up with ideas of what people might be talking about. I like to get as close to the actual answer or the actual ideas or the actual sites, the actual terms that people are typing into their computer or stopping a scroll and watching. So that's really where this is going to come from tonight. Okay. So what I've done is I've pulled up 6 or 7 websites, and we're going to go through them sort of one by one. And then if at the end somebody wants to share if they've got another idea or they use a different tool, I would love to hear about it. Now, I am going to tell you, just in the interest of disclosure here, I use 3 or 4 of these. The others I know other people use. I'm not super familiar with them, so I'm going to show them to you. We'll play around with them a little bit, but just know that I don't normally use these, but I'll tell you which ones I personally use. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we'll just get started. Okay, so this is titled 7 Places to Find Easy Content Ideas for Videos, Social Media Posts, and Articles that are so easy. Okay, so number one I've pulled up. Number one I've pulled up here is a site called Answerthepublic, and this is a site. Now, there are, on all of these, there's a free version, and on a couple of them, I think there's a paid version. But I think if you just stick with the free version, you should be fine. So the first one is Answerthepublic.com. This is just its homepage with this little robot here. It says discover what people are actually asking about. Okay. So for example, if I wanted to switch this to United States, I would just switch this to United States. And let's just throw out here direct mail. Okay. And you simply click search. This site is then going to throw up. It's going to come up with a bunch of questions that people are asking online that you can answer. And so it comes up with a diagram that looks like this. It looks a little overwhelming, but it breaks down and creates literally almost headlines for video ideas or article ideas or even social media things. So here you go. Let's see, why direct mail is effective. If you look up here, why direct mail is important, why direct mail marketing is far from dead. If you go over here, when is direct mail advertising, how to do direct mail advertising, how to direct mail. Some of them are obviously it's a little bit wonky how direct mail works. You can go up here, you can change it to prepositions, right? You can check up comparisons right here, right? So this is comparing direct mail versus email, direct mail in business, direct mail in design, direct mail in political campaigns, direct mail and GDPR, right? Direct mail and social media. So again, this is just to get your brain working, and keep in mind that this is putting in front of you things that people are actually asking questions. So this is a site that goes out and compiles all of these and brings it all back. As you can see, this is free. You could probably do 9 years worth of content idea generation directly from answerthepublic.com. I do not normally use this, but now that I've actually gone through and looked at it a little bit deeper, I can tell you for me, I'm going to absolutely start using Answerthepublic.com. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is Quora.com, Quora.com. This is a site where people are posting stuff and asking different questions, and it's just a great way to see what people are actually posting about and asking about. So if you wanted to do this, you could come up here and go, well, I want to see what people are talking about with digital marketing, spaces relating to digital marketing. You'll see what people are already writing articles about. Now, the theory here is that if people are writing articles about it, they are writing it because they've already done the research on what's going to actually rank in Google. Okay. So if somebody writes a question here, how can I promote affiliate links and make up to 10 grand each month as a newbie affiliate marketer? Boom, that's a question, somebody's asking it. Now, as I understand this, if you check this out, you can see that people have upvoted this article 23 times. So this might be a great question that you could simply do a video on, okay? And you know, there's some advertising in here. Oh, here's a good one. What are some great advertisements? Boom, this one has 836 upvotes. What were they thinking marketing mistakes you've ever seen? To me, that's a hilarious social media post right there waiting to happen. Okay. Now some of these are a little wackadoodle, right? Here's another one that said, how can I do affiliate marketing in the right way? You go in here, he writes a whole article. You could literally take this and repurpose it to be something that you do a video on. You could literally do a video called 4 Steps to Doing Affiliate Marketing the Right Way if you were promoting an affiliate program, okay? And then you can go up here and you could type in, if you wanted to talk about marketing to bookkeepers, since we were talking about that earlier, right? And you just do a search on there. And here are now some questions that people have asked, and people have written answers back to those questions. Okay, so that's number 2, business marketing. What is the best way to introduce new products to independent bookkeepers and accountants? Right, you could write an entire thing or do a short video or whatever right on Quora.com. Okay, now the next couple, I'm going to introduce a term that we haven't really talked about for in any great depth, but I think it's important that we start learning some of these terms. So there is a term in the marketing world, and it's called predictive text. Okay, we've all participated in predictive text. Some people just may not know what it is. So predictive text, and we're going to go to the Google machine. So what predictive text is the algorithm of Google is going to try to predict what you are going to type next. And I think we've all had that experience where we're thinking something, we go to Google, we start typing, we're like, oh my gosh, I wanted to type that, and it's right there in front of me. Well, the reason it's there is because Google is so sophisticated that it compiles the letters in order that you're typing them, and it's going to try to compile all of that and predict what it thinks you're going to type in. But here's what's really awesome. It's going to put in front of you what it thinks you're going to type in, but it's going to do it that is optimized for their algorithm, which simply means this, that if you were to do a video or an article with this text in it, there's a higher likelihood that it's going to be shown or seen because it's giving you the content. So, for example, let's say we wanted to do we wanted to do something using direct mail. Okay, all I have to do is start typing DIR, and look what comes up: direct mail network marketing. Okay, bam, very easy way to go right in there. Direct response marketing, another easy one that we could go right in there. So if we go direct, so another one, direct versus search traffic, direct response marketing, direct traffic Google Analytics. Okay, so and this works for almost anything that you're going to type in. So if you wanted to do a video on the Seattle Seahawks, right? Seahawks, you could see what other people are typing in. The idea is that if you type in that and you create content on those particular topics, there's a higher likelihood that it will show. Okay, and let's see if you wanted to do one on water park marketing. Okay. We can see the order in which the words come up in Google. So water park marketing, weekend market water park, target market water park. That would be where you could do a video or an article or write something in LinkedIn. Maybe you do an article on LinkedIn, or maybe you have an article written on that for your blog or for whatever. Okay. If we had another idea, we could do, let's see, how to help. Okay, those aren't how to help a local business get more. Okay, now you can see what Google is doing. It's saying how to help businesses get more funding, more money, more followers on Instagram. That is where it's going to show. We type in CU and it's customers. How to help local businesses get more customers online. Customers for handyman, customers in laundry, customers for cleaning, customers for my HVAC, customers for my cake, right? Customers for my lawn care. So the important thing to recognize here is that Google is telling you what people are actually searching for. We don't have to think. I joke a lot of times that we don't get paid to think. This is why. Google will actually help us do the thinking right there for us. Now, right, you can do Bing and Yahoo, whatever search engine you happen to use. I know there's one called like Duck something or something McSomething. But that is another one, is to do Google predictive text. Okay. Now, Google owns YouTube. Hey, look at, there's Rusty Hamrick right there on the suggested video of my page, right? So
local celebrity.
International celebrity. I don't know what you're talking about. Local, international, right?
The world is my locale.
Right. Now, let's spend just a couple of seconds here on YouTube. YouTube, when you go on YouTube, is going to suggest videos based on what you have searched on, based on what you have watched previous. So if you are somebody that's creating videos, the more videos you have on YouTube that people are looking at, the more they're going to recommend your videos inside of here. So you can go in here and clearly see what I am looking at on YouTube. Okay. And it's going to suggest all of these, right? But this is not really about creating videos. That'll be a time for another session. But this is another great predictive text, right? So let's type in how to get coaching clients. Okay, how to get coaching. Okay, so let's say you were going to do a video or an article or something, and you were going to tie in the use of mailbox power and how to get coaching clients, right? Look at what YouTube is doing. It's telling you exactly what people are searching for already, and then you simply tie in the product, good, or service that you're working. How to get coaching clients on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn. How to get coaching credits fast. How to get a coaching license. How to get coaching license in Iowa. I don't know why more people are searching for coaching certification in Iowa versus anywhere else, but we can't argue with what Google and YouTube are saying. They are far more sophisticated than most of our little brains. At least my little brain, they are far smarter at. Okay. So if you were going to go type in, if we do mailbox power, you can see right here what people are typing in. Mailbox power. Here is what they're typing in. Now, there are going to be some of you that look at this, and I want to bring your attention to the very bottom one that it predicted. So we've got Mailbox Power Affiliate, Mailbox Power Reviews, Mailbox Power Tutorial, Mailbox Power Campaign, Mailbox Power YouTube, Mailbox Power Lunch and Learn, Mailbox Power 3.0, Mailbox Power versus Send Out Cards, Mailbox Power Banner Season, Kelly Wheeler Mailbox Power, right? It's telling you what people are searching for. Remember, these algorithms are designed to show you what people are searching for so that it can feed the machine of content, okay? So we call that predictive text. Okay, so I pulled up one more predictive text location, and that's the biggie. It's the big juggernaut here called Amazon, right? Predictive text. Now, for me, when I use predictive text in Amazon, what I'm really looking for is it's going to pull up a lot of book ideas and book titles. So if I'm researching, again, maybe we do direct response marketing, and I go in here, now I can see the top book titles, right? If I go here and let's see if I go, where is my bestsellers? Well, I won't get too deep into the bestseller. There's a place to do bestsellers, but we'll keep it a little bit more broad here, right? So if I look at this, I could use these books as a way to generate ideas on what to do content on, what to write a post on, maybe ask people if they've seen a book, because there are people that are buying these books by the millions every single day. You could even do a, hey, has anybody heard of direct response marketing for martial arts schools, right? If you wanted to get really kind of cool, this is actually kind of a cool idea. Maybe you reach out to Mike Macy, get the book, and then send that book as a lead generation to a martial arts school. Hey, I've got a solution that falls directly in line with this. Maybe you have somebody that owns a martial arts school in your local BNI chapter, or your chamber of commerce, or whatever. Is it worth $4 to buy them a book? I would certainly think so, right? The one-page marketing plan, but you could go in here and you could simply grab some of these ideas. These books are written, and usually they've put a lot of time and energy into creating titles and branding for them, more than we're going to probably spend on research. So we're basically going to tag into somebody else's research and dollars that they have done that. Okay. So if we do, let's do another one. If you wanted to do, let's do postcard marketing. Let's see if anything comes up. Okay, here's postcard marketing. Probably not a whole lot. Oh, here we go. Postcard marketing in an online world. Success simplified. That'd make a great video idea. Postcard dynasty, how to make a full-time income from home explained, right? So you guys can kind of get this idea of where we're going. We're just trying to get those creative juices going. And I wanted to give you, again, another place of predictive text. People, keep in mind that in Amazon is different than YouTube and Google. And here's the main difference. Google and YouTube are what are referred to as search engines. We've all heard that term, search engines. Usually people are on there searching out information. They've heard something in the past, they've heard of a brand name, or they're trying to find a product, or they're trying to find a solution. They're searching for it. Amazon and eBay are what are referred to as buyer engines. Okay, so we've got search engines and buyer engines. The reason is that when somebody comes to Amazon, you're usually not searching for something. You have in your mind something that you're ready to buy, and now you're ready to buy. So I hope that makes sense in the terms of those two differences, right? So a lot of times when you hear people say, I want to get ranked in Google or ranked in YouTube, is because they are trying to get in that flow of people that are searching for solutions, right? In Amazon and eBay, it's a buyer's engine. You don't go to eBay or Amazon to look at what color a lobster is. You would do that on Google, and then you would come over to Amazon to buy your lobster. Okay, so that's another site for you to be able to do that. Next up, This is a huge one that I don't think a lot of people either know about or certainly don't use, and that's called Google Alerts. Okay, so the site is google.com/alerts. And what this is it is you telling Google that I'm going to give you a bunch of topics, and anytime something new comes out online about this topic, I want you to send me a daily recap to my email and let me go check it all out. Okay, so I pulled up my Google Alerts, and I change these frequently. So I just change them frequently. So I'll show the Ideal Networker. That's my email. So if somebody were to write an article on me about the Ideal Networker, I want to know about it. Okay. Every day I get a message that says everything that was talked about affiliate marketing in one digest from a Google alert. Birthday marketing. So if Geraldine McDonald happens to do a video on YouTube about a birthday marketing, there's a very high likelihood that I'm going to get an alert in my inbox that says, hey, there was somebody that did a video on birthday marketing. The reason this is so critically important is you can kind of spy on competitors. You can kind of spy on what people are actually searching about, talking about. Okay, you see I have direct mail. Now, for you speakers out there, this was a huge one for me. Call for speaker and call for speakers. So what happens is people are online, they don't have speakers for their event. So they go and they put a call out for speakers and it goes out on Google. But if you have Google Alerts set, you're going to get that literally the day that it goes live on Google. I always recommend having your own name so that if somebody writes something about you, or you want to even see when your own stuff gets up into the YouTube or Google or whatever, you can have your friends in there. You could have your competitors in there. You can see I have Mailbox Power. I also have Real Estate Association because I work with a lot of people in the real estate world, so on and so forth. So it's free. It's another great space if you are in some kind of situation where you want to know what's being talked about. Another great way to come up with content generating ideas. Okay. Now, when it comes to social media, we all know that social media is a little bit more visual, and maybe we need a little something to get our creative juices flowing here. And this is Google Images. You'll know that it's images because it says images right here. Okay. And when you go to Google, it'll be in your upper right corner on the search. You just switch it over to images, and then you can start typing in here. And what's great is you can start typing in something and then go see pictures and memes of what people have put up online. So if, for example, let's just do birthday marketing, because I don't know that. Okay. So I just type in birthday marketing, and now I've got all these visuals, right? Social media is very visual, right? So now I'm going to warn you that sometimes the stuff is amazing. Sometimes it isn't. But I will tell you, for me, almost every single thing that I post on social media, I start here on Google Images. I use Google Images 80 times a day, right? So I did birthday marketing. Look at this is a cool picture here. Here's a birthday marketing business meme. Here's a fun little picture of a dog. You can put those on cards. You can put them on Pinterest. You can put them on social media. Birthday scorecard. How birthday emails stack up. There's all kinds of stuff in here. You can come right through here. Up here, you can change it over to different categories. We could change it in here, and we could do, now again, look, here's another predictive text. Birthday marketing email, birthday marketing ideas, birthday marketing campaigns, happy birthday marketing manager, happy birthday marketing me, right? So we can do a ton of stuff. If we do direct mail infographic, right? I've used this before. It comes up with all of these really cool things that spark curiosity, right? So in social media, we want to be able to spark curiosity. You could go in here, grab one of these memes and use it right on social media. So let's see if we can find one. So I'm going to just pull this one up. I haven't looked at these. It'll pop up here. And now I could go, oh, that's really cool, or oh, that's not really clear. You can tell some of these are not very clear, so I wouldn't use them. But if I go here and I go direct mail statistics that you should know. Okay. So this looks pretty good. I just right click it on a Mac and I go save image as. It'll pop up here. Just save it right to your desktop. Boom, it's saved. And now you can use it in social media. So if you wanted to, you just go right to Facebook, post that right on side there. A lot of what I do is right from Google Images. Even the graphic that I showed about tonight's call, we did right from here. Yes, Bonnie.
Yeah.
Sorry. Are those, we can't use those though, because they have copyrights, right?
They do? Where does it say that?
Doesn't say it, but isn't that the case?
It does say it right there.
Oh, where?
Images may be subject to copyright. Learn more.
Exactly.
okay to use
So
them.
here's the thing. You can choose not to use them. That's cool. I have used thousands and thousands of images. People put these images on their blog or up in Google Images for them to be seen and used. I love using them. So if I don't need a meme, let's say if I want to do welcome to the team. If I go welcome to the family, right? I could use this right here and put welcome to the family if I was welcoming people to my Facebook group, so on and so forth. Okay, so I personally don't use things that are like this one. I think there was a Friends one up here. Like Welcome to the Family is a TV show. I probably would not use that, but this Welcome to the Family here, Welcome to the Family here, Welcome to the Family, 99.9% of these you're not going to run into. You're posting on social media. Okay, now if you were to take this and say I created this, blah blah blah, that might be a little different, but you're not going to get in trouble pulling a graphic from Facebook or for Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Okay. Makes sense? And across the top here, you have a bunch of different categories as well. So if you wanted to find animated stuff, if you wanted to find clip art, which is a little bit more generic, you could do some of that. Now, let's use this one, for example, here. Right? I don't know if you guys can read this, but there's a watermark. There's a watermark right here across it. So this person has protected their image essentially by putting a watermark right across the top. Okay. So I personally don't use images that have watermarks across the top. Some of them will say, Getty Images. Some of them will say, I was going to see if I could find one that has a. Just know that some of them will have watermarks across them, and when they have watermarks, I just stay away from it. I'm not really looking to get into trouble with anyone. Okay. So those are really my 7 different ways that use those sites to create content ideas for social medias, for blog posts, for articles. Right? So I don't print those. I don't try to make money off of those, right? But you wouldn't want to take, for example, to Bonnie's point, you would not take one of those graphics, put it on a card, and then try to sell that greeting card to someone, or put it on a puzzle, or put it on something, and then try to make money off of that. Okay? So awesome, Stephanie. You're on mute.
Sorry. Google alerts. So when you actually get an alert, where do you find them? And yeah, I love that Google alerts.
Yeah. So when you get a Google alert, what happens is in the middle of the night, it'll compile all of the people that wrote about, dependable transportation, and it'll send you an email and it will say, hey, Google alert, dependable transportation, and then it will list everything underneath it. Every article that was written, everything that was written about them in that day will go right into that Google alert.
Wow, that's so cool.
It's very cool. It's very, very cool.
Does it have links with it, Casey?
Yes. Yep. So for example, if you want to know what's going on in the ecosystem of, say, Bitcoin, you could do now that if you do something broad like that, be prepared, because there's thousands and thousands of people writing about Bitcoin every day. But if you wanted to do like mailbox power, or you wanted to do something on your own company or your own brand, right? Very easy, and you can have unlimited of them, okay? It is one of the most powerful tools that I think a lot of people don't really utilize, okay? So with that, what I'm
Hey,
gonna do,
Casey,
yes, yeah, Philip.
I was just going to say, I discovered Google Alerts quite a long time ago, and I've been using them for competitors and so on, but I also use them for my children. So, which now my children happen to be adults. My oldest daughter's a doctor and publishes medical stuff, and my middle daughter is a musician and plays with the symphony. So it's kind of interesting. Sometimes you may not know what they're up to, or they may not have told you, and then all of a sudden you get a notification that they've done something wonderful, and it's a great opportunity to let them know that you're proud of them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. That's a great kids, grandkids, competitors, friends. You may have seen that I had Jennifer Bagley on there, right? Well, Jennifer Bagley is a business partner of mine. We just both got hired to I probably shouldn't talk too much about this, but we've just been both tapped to do a new podcast together. So I have an alert on her, she has an alert on me, so that if something goes up that somebody says something about one of us, we can catch it and get on the phone with each other very, very quickly. Right? Most of it, I mean, it's all good because we both aren't gross, but yeah, so great point, Philip. Yeah, David.
Yeah, I love Google Alerts too. I've had one for quite some time on science and happiness, and got some great stuff. Actually, I should start doing some videos and so on that. But to answer a question I think was asked earlier, they are delivered to your Gmail.
Yeah, it gets delivered right to your Gmail.
Casey,
Yeah.
this is Mike
Mike.
Larkin.
Hey, Mike.
I got an additional source for you to put up, and it's very inexpensive. You can do it for as little as $10 a year. It's called keyword. Let's see here. It's called related keywords or oh shoot, I had it up here. What it does is, let me do the extensions here. What it does is it tells you not only the additional keywords, but it tells you the traffic going to those keywords.
Yeah,
So
fantastic. What's the name of it, Mike?
it's called Keywords Everywhere.
Keywords-everywhere.com.
Yeah, why don't you pop it up?
Let's see if we
Keywordseverywhere.com. And it's a Google extension.
Okay.
And this you can put on Chrome, go up to the pricing, and I just get it for $10 per year for 100,000 downloads. So what happens with it is that once you put in, for instance, I put in retaining customers and building loyalty. Well, then it comes off to the side and it tells you customer retention objectives, customer loyalty retention, PDF, customer retention examples, explain the value of customer loyalty and retention. I can download that and it will actually tell me the traffic that's going to all those, that's going to those particular search phrases.
Awesome. That's great.
So that tells you not only, you're kind of guessing when you're just doing the Google and the predictive texting, but with this one, it'll tell you what the traffic is. And it cost me maybe $10 for the whole year because there's no way I'm going to go through 100,000 credits.
Exactly. Perfect. Great one, Mike. Awesome. Awesome. Anybody else have questions or comments they want to throw in here?
So, Case, I just want to make a comment. A package just arrived at my house, and I want to talk about birthday marketing at its best. I just got the giving plate from Casey, along with feet. So, thanks, Casey.
You got it. I told you guys, if you like the giving plate, I would get in there quickly. So, awesome. Anybody else?
Casey,
Yeah, Mary.
maybe this has already been shared, but I got this idea somewhere in the last few days where if you are part of a group and someone does a training, and then just like we have a chat, there are chats or questions that are asked, you can download those and use those for putting content together to answer those questions and put some of the main topics in just what we've been talking about, images or whatever.
Absolutely. So when we're on a Zoom, for example, many of you know this already. In the bottom right corner, there are 3 little dots. You click that and you can download the chat. So a lot of times I do this. Thank you, Mary, for this. I do this almost every single day I'm on a Zoom, especially in a group like this. We'll download the Zoom and scan through it and see what people are actually asking. And then that becomes content for either an article or a video or a social media post. Especially when you're doing a presentation and somebody's asking a bunch of questions in the chat that you don't see, download it. What a great way to go back and answer questions. Answering questions is adding value and helping folks. So thank you, Mary. That was great. Andrea.
I found the unmute button. Yay me. So another way to use Amazon is, especially if you're struggling to come up with content. And of course, you can go in 2 directions. One, you can look up books like you were looking at, Casey, and you can go to the reviews. You can find the highest reviews and go read them for hours and find the voice of the customer, what they're saying about, using their words. It's great for, coming up with marketing materials and ideas. But also, if you find books of a similar topic that have lots of reviews, but they have only 2 or 3 stars, you could see what were the books missing and then produce content around the stuff that people wish that they had gotten.
Absolutely, Andrew. That's such a great point. For those of us goofs that sell stuff on Amazon, I don't know about anybody else. I'm sure Debbie Morrow does this as well, but I use review marketing all the time. I go in and find a competitor product. I see what people love about the competitors, and I see what people don't like about the competitors. And I then love writing about what we do better than our competitors. And I will literally say, go check out the reviews over there and then come back over here and let's get your purchase and get it on your way. It's all just marketing ideas, gang. Our job is to create curiosity enough for somebody to go, hey, I want to know more. Send me the link. How do I sign up? Where do I go? That is the crux of everything we're talking about here. You'll notice, by the way, that we have not said, how do we write a sales copy? Totally different. What we're just talking about here is how do we start to get some ideas about what people are actually already talking about and how do we insert ourselves into that conversation, right? I think a lot of times in marketing, people kind of, when we're just starting out, we just go, oh, well, I'm just going to start posting stuff. And why is it that Debbie Morrow is having a bunch of success and I'm not? Okay, well, how is it that Rusty Hamrick is having a lot of success, or Bruce Waterman is having a lot of success, or Laura, whoever? Well, if you go look as you go through those marketing steps, they're just talking about what people are actually talking about. And the closer and the faster we get to the point where we're inserting ourselves in that flow of conversation, it becomes really, really big. And it actually becomes really easy and fun because we don't have to get paid to think. Google machine will think for us. Google Images will think for us. Amazon will think for us. Google Alerts will think for us. Our competitors will think for us. The less we have to think, the more we get to actually spend time with our customers. Okay? Yeah, Debbie.
So
I feel like, by the way, I'm talking in a radio DJ voice tonight for some reason. I just heard myself, so I don't mean to sound like a DJ, so I've been on the phone all day. So yeah, Debbie.
So Casey, I was just going to say that we kind of have a good view of what questions are being asked from our own customers to create content. So this morning I had a Mailbox Power customer ask me how to use the link, and he didn't know what's the I Need Your Mailbox. He didn't know what it was called. So I made a video for him on how to find it and sent it off to him. And I intentionally made it where I didn't say his name. This is how you do that. I said, hey, let me show you something cool, and then did the video on how to find it. And that's going to go up on YouTube as a piece of content.
Awesome. So let's break down what Debbie just did, because what Debbie just did was pure gold. What a lot of folks do is they're going to get a question and they're just going to answer it and then run away. And then they're going to wonder why or wonder what to write about or what to ask questions. What Debbie did was she took in a question. She went, oh, I'll make this. And the marketing term we use for this is evergreen, meaning we don't say somebody's name or the time of day or, oh, it's Christmas time or Valentine's Day. It's evergreen. It can be used whenever. She said, hey, let me show you something cool. Did a little screen video. And now she sent that to Answer the Customer, which is fantastic. The customer gets what she wants, right? And then she can take that same video and put it up on YouTube. And quite frankly, she could take it and put it up on YouTube. Debbie, how long was the video?
Probably, it might be short enough for shorts. I didn't actually look, but it's short.
Okay, so let's say it's a minute. Let's just say it's a minute. Well, now going back to our Friday's call, when I laid out the social media blueprint, she could take that 1 minute video, send it in Facebook Messenger, put it on her profile, put it as a Facebook story, put it in her Facebook group, put it in groups that she's also part of. She could put it on LinkedIn. She could put it on YouTube. She could put it on TikTok. She could put it on, did I say LinkedIn? And you could even probably put it on Snapchat if you wanted. So she's created one 1 minute video based on something that a customer has actually asked her, right? And now that gets spread out all over the place. Probably take her a half hour to get it on all those places. Does she have to be brilliant about it? No. You know why? Because a lot of her competitors aren't doing anything.
Hey, Casey, do they keep track of the questions that are asked in the chat box?
That I do not know, Mike.
Well, it might be a good idea because they get the best questions.
Yeah, they definitely get the questions.
You might want to ask them if they could, jot them down and put them in the group and here's some ideas, for the questions.
Wouldn't that-
Yeah, I could do that.
You could take off their names so they were anonymous.
So here is what I would recommend. That's a great suggestion. If they go through and do that, it's up to us to actually do something with that. Because if we're going to ask somebody to do something and put in work like that, then so I'll ask them, Mike. I think that's a great suggestion. And maybe there's a frequently asked question page. I recommend everybody keep track of your 10 or 20 most frequently asked questions, create a video on it. Thank you, Debbie. I was trying to avoid that. So I'm glad you said it, not me. You can make a list of 20 videos of your 20 most frequently asked questions, get them up on YouTube, and then when Philip asks you or another customer asks you, you send them over to your video and let your video do the talking. And the video is also being seen by people that are searching. Hey, like if Debbie puts in that title, let me show you something cool. What's I need your address or I need your mailbox, right? If she put that in the title and in the description of that video, and then that video comes up and it says, hey, let me show you something cool. And she's demonstrating, bam, shazizzy, right? So great point. Awesome, Debbie. Anybody else?
Bam shazizzy?
Bam shazizzy. I just made it up.
Casey, do you know with the new request, instead of asking can we add a short video to what we have? I heard we can have a picture, but I wonder if we can have video.
We cannot yet have video on your I Need Your Mailbox. Not yet. Awesome. Yeah, Philip.
Casey, this is a little off topic, but I didn't get a chance to watch the session this morning, but I did read the notes. And in the notes, you talked about a hypothetical bookkeeper who had a virtual assistant who was going to gather up all of his business cards and put them into the contact file. And I just wanted to share with you that for a while I've been using an app called Contacts Plus. It's changed names over the years. And what it does is it gives you the ability to scan a business card. And if the scan is good and it captures everything, you just click yes. If you want to have it actually reviewed by a human being, you send it off to have a real live human go and make sure that the spellings are all correct and so on. And that's like a 24-hour turnaround. And then it integrates with Google Contacts. The other thing that it does is it goes out onto the internet and finds updates. So if I've just got Gail's business card at a network meeting, and it will go out and find her LinkedIn and say, would you like to, and basically offer it up as a suggestion to be added to the contact file. If she's just posted a new profile image or got a new job, I'll get an update from my contact manager telling me that I've got new contact information. And I think I bought like a $99 lifetime subscription at the time, but I think you can get a certain number of scans free, and then you can upgrade for 1,000 scans a year or something. So that's certainly, if for those of us who don't have virtual assistants, it's basically an app that's a virtual assistant for putting contacts in. Obviously, I used to get hundreds of business cards because I went to every chamber of commerce and every network meeting, and of course, haven't been to many of those for a while. And so it isn't going to be quite as prevalent. But, and then the next step is to integrate my Google contacts with my Mailbox Power contacts using Zapier or whatever language we're in. And I'm working on that right now. That way, basically, we've got our own virtual assistant just by scanning a card, and eventually it should end up in Mailbox Power.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I use Contact Plus every day. So
Oh, there you go. Okay.
yeah,
You know what I'm talking about.
absolutely. Awesome, Philip. Anybody else? Going? Okay. So we're going to put a lid on this one, you guys. Hey, I want to thank each and every one of you for being on the call. We have a lot of things going on. I'm super fired up, and I hope that Monday nights, what we're going to do from here on out is every Monday night when we get together, we're going to really bring some skill set building and some awareness to really from a marketing perspective. And it will be a little broader, but I think that's really helpful for everybody that is doing things, not only in Mailbox Power, but also in other organizations. So I hope this has been valuable. Please check out those sites. Have an amazing rest of your night, you guys, and we will talk soon. I'll see you tomorrow morning.